All right, so we're going to practice this whole, after you watch that flip video, now we want to practice writing this introduction. So we're going to practice it with the prompt that we were practicing on yesterday that you did the body paragraphs for. All right, so our thesis, for the sake of everyone doing the same thing, we're all going to agree that extracurricular activities should not be canceled. So reason one, somebody said, is it is not going to, what did you say?
It's not going to matter. People are still going to do it.
All right, so it's not going to stop the behavior. Okay, so everybody write this down on your doc. Just underneath where you were doing your notes yesterday. So give me another reason. And that reason is a strong reason because, number one, it's true, right? You have plenty of evidence for it. You know, don't kids like I believe it was Maria's yesterday, she said, you know, she gave the hypothetical, like you have this girl and she keeps putting all of her clothes on the ground. And so her mom punishes her by taking away her cell phone. So she's great for a couple days, right? Because, you know, she wants her cell phone back and then she gets her cell phone back. But what happens as soon as she gets her cell phone back? Yes, the behavior starts up again. So you could give a hypothetical, you have plenty, you could explain this. Give me a second strong reason. Okay, so our second reason is it is not fair to the students who were littering. Now you have to make sure you're using the correct nouns. So we're not saying kids, we're not saying people, we have to be exact.
Wouldn't it be to the students who weren't littering?
Oh, to the students who were not littering. Just keeping you guys on your toes. Did that on purpose. Give me the third strong reason. Go ahead. All right, so our third reason is students are going to miss out on skills and knowledge gained from these extracurricular activities. So you have plenty of evidence for that. I believe, you know, she had said, okay, you have, you know, when you are on a team, right, and you have basketball, don't you learn, like, drills and skills in there? All right? Or if you are in, like I did tech club. In tech club, a lot of the kids learn things that they didn't know before. So there's tons of examples that you could provide to support this. Question, yes?
Well, it's not really a question, but like...
All right, so now what we need to do is we need to write an introduction. All right? So we're going to try to use each of the techniques that were in the video. And I'll do the first one with you. Then you're going to work with your partner to do the second one. So let's use this whole creating a scenario, okay, where you create a visual picture for the reader to see of what it would be like if this proposal did occur. So you have to also think about the reasons that you're using, so that scenario has to be connected or related to your reasons. So a simple way to start off with this whole creating this scenario thing is just picture this or imagine this. So I'm going to put imagine this. Or actually, I'm going to do picture this. So now what I have to do is I have to create a visual picture using similes and metaphors and, I don't know about hyperboles, but sensory details to show that it's not going to stop the behavior, the students are just going to continue littering, other students are going to get mad. So what should I write? So go ahead and help me write this. All right, let's see. So picture this. You walk, instead of lunchroom, what's a more sophisticated way of saying it? Right. But if I just say the cafeteria, does that, yeah, do you know the setting? Which cafeteria? You talking about the hospital?
You walk to your school.
The school cafeteria. Keep going.
And slip on, it'd be like a water, like a water bottle. A water bottle.
How about instead of how about a wrapper that had been carelessly thrown on the ground? All right, so I'm starting with my visual picture, but I really need to show that there's this trash everywhere and that it's frustrating and, and so what else can I add? So, whenever I write, I always go back and I reread. Like, I'll write a sentence, and then I'll stop, and then I'll reread, and then I'll do some thinking, then I'll write another sentence, and I'll reread. So it says, you walk into the school cafeteria and slip on a wrapper that had been carelessly thrown on the ground instead of the trash can from one of your selfish classmates. Should we put that or no?
Yeah.
Well, let's put in C.
Lazy, selfish.
Your lazy classmates. Whoops. And then somebody was saying, as you proceed to sit at your usual spot, you look down on the ground only to see, what did you say?
An ocean of garbage that could take up a whole ocean.
And a huge amount of garbage. I don't like the word. A mass,
Yeah.
that's better.
Pool of garbage.
A mass
An ocean
amount of garbage that could fill. How about instead of ocean, like what does garbage fill?
The sea. The Atlantic.
No, what is garbage?
dump.
A dump.
That's
Because a landfill.
Yeah, a landfill.
All right, that could fill an entire landfill. So this is an example of what? No, come on, think before you talk. Think before you talk. What is it? Yes, Elena. Hyperbole, okay? So now the reader, as the reader's like reading this, like I always get sucked into these type of introductions. This is especially true. Like I remember being younger and reading those like teen magazines. So let's say the article could be about, I don't know, tips on studying. Well, they always start off with these like scenarios, so I think that the whole article is going to be about this fictional piece about this girl, and she never studied, and she ended up failing out of school, and she was punished, and then I get sucked in, and all of a sudden there's like this transitional sentence that says like, perhaps this girl could have used these 10 tips for studying, and then the rest of the article is actually nonfiction. So this, and then of course I end up reading it because I'm like, I got sucked in. So this is really good to suck those readers in that don't really like the nonfiction reading. So now I have this visual picture. You can keep going with this visual picture. So we're talking about all this littering that's going on, but let's bring in this whole fact that it's not fair. Anybody want to keep going with our little picture here? Tell me what else to write. All right, so seriously, you think to yourself, why can't these students just pick up after themselves? All right, so now, but here's the deal. Yes, you want to add? What is it? Like 2 inches? We'll exaggerate. To the, did I use trash can a lot?
Yeah.
Garbage can? Waste basket. All right, good. All right, but now we have to transition. We have to make that move. We introduced the whole topic, but now we have to transition to the thesis and to what the proposal is that you are writing about. All right, and this is the hard part. So anybody have any suggestions on, all right, we got to move on just like you did with personal essay. With personal essay, we did the same exact thing. So give me some suggestions. Go ahead.
You roll your eyes knowing that you would never act like any of these childish things.
Okay, but
They are children, though. They are children.
You roll your eyes knowing you would never treat the school like a dump. All right, but still, I need to know that the principal, that you got to bring in the principal. Okay, because of this, the principal is, you know, he got rid of, what's a better word for got rid of? He...
Eliminated.
What? Eliminated.
I got it.
So we need to know the proposal, we need to know the task, and we need to have your thesis. Yes?
You can say, like, it's bad enough that there's garbage all over the place, but now the principal took away our activities.
All right, it is bad enough that our school is flooded with garbage. Oops. Is flooded. I feel like I keep using garbage,
Trash.
but I feel like I keep using.
Waste.
All right. But now, wait, what did you say, Maria?
Like, it's bad enough that a school is flooded with garbage, but now, like, our principal...
The principal has, what? Demanded, has
eliminated our activities.
eliminated all extra curricular activities due to this littering problem. All right. Now you have to state your thesis, whether you disagree or agree with this proposal. So what would my last line be? And you don't have to say, I think, because the reader knows what you think. They know it's your writing piece, so they don't have to say, I think. Yes?
These activities should not be taken. That's too boring.
But hold on a minute.
That's a bad example.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
This is just
Hold on a minute. If you look at our introduction, what side do we look like we're staring on?
It kind of looks like we're staring on the principal or principal.
That we agree with it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So if we're saying extra activities should not be canceled, but as we read this, like listen to this, picture this. You walk into the school cafeteria and slip on a wrapper that had been carelessly thrown on the ground instead of the trash can for one of your lazy classmates. As you proceed to sit at your usual spot, you look down on the ground only to see a mass amount of garbage that could fill an entire landfill. Seriously, you think to yourself, why can't these students just pick up after themselves? What is it, like 2 inches to the wastebasket?
Yeah.
You roll your eyes knowing you would never treat the school like a dump. It is bad enough that our school is flooded with garbage, but now the principal has limited all extracurricular activities due to this litter problem. Yeah, this isn't good because it doesn't go along with...
Go with yes.
So we'll go with yes.
Yeah.
All right. No, you don't have to erase. Let's just should. Let's do should be canceled.
Ooh.
All right? And then we got to come up with new reasons. How come nobody caught on to our error before?
I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I was thinking it.
All right, so now,
Okay.
so now, I need to state my thesis still. Go ahead. What? No, tell me the thesis.
The thesis?
So I could not agree more with the principal's decision. All right?
Wait, Ms. Turner.
Yes.
We could do that, like, because of your classmates littering, now we have to pay the price by, like, losing our extracurricular activities, but I don't think it's fair.
Let's just
We
Oh.
should take something else.
Yeah, but I still feel like we're creating this picture that this person is so aggravated. So, you know what we'll do? It's fine. We could just write an introduction, a different one, for they should not be canceled. So, what I want you to see is when you create this, using this technique of a picture or scenario, whatever you want to call it, it's not just a one-line description, all right? Rather, you're really creating a visual image for the reader to see what is going on, to almost feel like they are there. Yes?
the behavior is not going to stop littering. Can we just keep it like
Is you're going to create an introduction using this technique for extracurricular activities should not be canceled. And we're going to go along with what we originally said. So, I'm sorry for making you erase it. Alright, so reason 1 would be not fair, is not fair to the students who do not litter. Alright, second reason would be students will be missing out on knowledge and skills learned during, I'm going to just put X activities. And then the third one was, what was the third one?
It won't stop behavior.
It will not stop the behavior. Okay, so now here's the deal. So you're going to create an introduction with these 3 reasons in mind. All right? Now what I want you to do is I want you to go on to Socrative, and I want you to write it on Socrative, but listen to me. Can we please focus on perfect grammar, spelling, and punctuation? So when you go on to and don't hit submit until you edit and proofread it. No, Socrative wasn't working yesterday, right?
We don't know. We
didn't use it because it wasn't working. All right, it's working now. It's probably an old activity. Like I have to end my activity, I believe. All right, you might have to refresh. All right, so I'm going to see your responses on Socrative. Yeah, and I'll put it back. All right.